Hey everybody, we're going to be talking about a very popular topic right now because as I'm shooting this video, we are actually in the midst of a government shutdown. So what does that mean for you as a government contractor? Well, the short answer is I don't know what that means for you because every contract is different, and depending on what you do, whether it's an essential function of the government or something else, you may still be working business as usual. The bottom line is you need to do one thing. One thing you need to do. You need to reach out to your contracting officer on this contract and find out what's going on, because you're going to find this every time with anything in government contracting. The best thing you can do is communicate with the contracting officer. Communicate with those folks. Now, there may be some difficulty getting a hold of those folks. Who else do you have that you can contact in that chain? Maybe there's a program manager or someone else, but ultimately the contracting officer somewhere in that food chain there should be able to advise you on what's going on. In fact, that is a person who may issue a stop work order. So a stop work order is something that you will typically see if they do need you to stop working because they can't pay or they're not going to pay or whatever else it could be, because that can happen. Here's the interesting thing. If you are on a contract actively working on it, guess what? You are actually under contract, hence the name, to actually perform the work unless you get a stop work order. So you want to take a look at your contracts, see what's in them, see if there are provisions for shutdowns, different things like that. See how that works. Contact the contracting officer, see if they're going to issue a stop work order. Know the difference between a hard and a soft stop, because sometimes they may be like, hey, slowing things down, but they're not going to stop paying on certain things. I mean, there's a whole host of things that can happen, and guess what? All of these people are human. They're all human. They're all worried about their own paychecks, their own jobs, a lot of stuff going on. So the other thing you can do is be patient. Be patient with them. Ask questions. Be understanding of the situation that they're in, and understand that, hey, they may not have all the answers. In fact, there are probably layers and layers and layers of people above them that don't even have the answers, and they're desperately trying to get that. So just be considerate of that. Understand what you're doing. Understand what you've agreed to in your contract. Talk to the contracting officer. See if you think they need to issue a stop work order. If they're being unresponsive, you may need to get an attorney involved and a government contract specialist. One of our great ones out there, we have Stephen Coprince is out there. We refer people to Stephen all the time, so that's somebody you can reach out to. He's done some great podcasts for us. We have other attorneys that we refer people to as well. So depending on what you need, we'd be happy to refer you over to an attorney or two who specializes in this exact type of work. Maria Panichelli is also one who's done some podcasts with us. Another phenomenal attorney there who specializes in this type of thing. So if you need an attorney, let us know. If the government's not responding, you probably want to at least have a consultation with an attorney to figure out if you need to formally request a stop work order. Because, again, like I said earlier, the thing about this with the shutdown is you are under contract to perform this work. You're legally obligated to perform the work unless you've heard from the government saying stop, cease, desist, stop work order has been issued, that sort of thing. So if they're not responding and they're not issuing that sort of thing, you at least maybe want to talk to an attorney to figure out what you should be doing to protect yourself. Because in the event that the government does come back but doesn't want to pay for the work you've done, are you just out that money? What are those repercussions on your company? The short answer is we don't know. It's contract specific. It's agency specific. It's based on if your product or service is an essential function of the government. So there's a lot of factors there, and you need a lot of people involved between the contracting officer, maybe some PMs, an attorney, different folks, to figure out if you need to actually take some action. But again, number one action you need to do, reach out to your contracting officer, talk to them, see what's going on, get a feel for things. And number two, document everything. Document everything under the sun. Document conversations, phone calls, emails, all that kind of stuff. Put it in a government shutdown folder, and don't lose track of anything related to this so that you can make sure you have protected yourself as much as you possibly can. So those are the things you can do. And here's the final word on this. Understand the government's coming back. May not be today, may not be tomorrow, may not be next week. It's coming back. It's just a matter of time. You know, this is just something that will pass like everything else. So take this with a grain of salt. I know it may be difficult, but we're going to get through this like we get through everything. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself or Josh. We'd be happy to, walk you through some of this stuff. If you need that referral for an attorney, please reach out to me directly. I will be happy to connect you with one of the right attorneys that can help advise you on this. And we hope the government starts back up as soon as possible, don't we? So have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.